So we come to the 13th move of the 18 form Qigong sequence, added on to the 8 brocades, but not specific 8 brocades, just the movements from all these forms. And I've got a 9 form added on to the end, so 35 moves. This is the 21st move of the whole 35, all 3 forms put together. Like I say, you can do it singly or in the numbers I put them, the orders I put them. We're just taking the movements anyway. We go a lot more into the breathing because the movements, you can just get out there in a minute or so. So we go more specifically into the breathing, a bit of a mixture of the breathing. This one's called the Flying Dove, or the Flying Dove spreads its wings. It's the 13th, like I say, of the 18 form Qigong sequence. As with all these, they affect meridians or organs, etc., within the traditional forms, which I've done on other videos. With this, I'm just taking the movement and playing around a little bit with it, putting the Pilates setup in there with a yogic setup, the breathing, basically with the breathing, and the hypnotherapy type breath, 7-11 breath. Again, I'm going to go look really into the breathing. Generally, the organs it affects, I'll keep it nice and short and simple. Basically, when you're opening up the chest, generally the heart, the lungs, the pericardium, the heart lining, and generally the specific organs and meridians affected to that movement. As with bending ones, generally kidneys, stuff like that. But this one is, because it opens out the chest, it's going to be the heart, lungs and pericardium. If you want to add a bend in there, then they would say that was the kidneys, some the bladder, whatever. It varies one to the other. My belief is anyway, or it is fact really, that if you're breathing in, you're going to affect every single cell, sinew of the body, or whatever organ in the body, like a sort of mini solar system. They're all going to affect each other. So you can focus on that, or I would say just focus on the movement. If you feel good after it, great. If you don't do it. It's not the end of the world. But they're really good movements, these Qigong movements. This one opens out the chest, which you all need. So we tend to spend a lot of time like this today with phones, etc., and just living really, bearing gravity, computers, etc. These get very, very compressed, these muscles. So this opens out the chest. So it's a great movement. If you put the bending exercise in there, you can bring the foot up, you can dorsiflex the foot and flatten the foot to bring in that sort of sciatic floss there. It's endless, the properties and qualities of these exercises. You'll be, as you're bending over, you'll be doing the hamstrings, the glutes, the buttocks there, the hamstrings, the calves, even to get the foot muscle, the plantar region of the foot and that sciatic floss. Anyway, I'm going to go into the breathing right now. So let's just, while you're there, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, take your navel towards the spine. You can't do one without the other, okay? Again, so if you scoop out the abdominals, you're zipping up pelvic floor. If you're zipping up pelvic floor, you'll be scooping out your abdominals. But I'm going to go for them segmentally because they go together, like cling film, their muscles, the corset muscle, the transverse abdominis, wrapping around the spine, segmentally stabilises the spine. So as you do that right now, you'll feel your spine supported in that Pilates manner and the pelvic floor engaged there. Okay, lovely. So as you're doing that right now, you're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. As you're feeling that breath right now going anywhere but the belly button, because you're zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals and taking your navel towards the spine. That will help you breathe into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. And that will help us use our pelvic floor and our corset muscle to stabilise the spine in that Pilates manner, in the most efficient manner, helping us breathe anywhere but the belly button. As you're doing that right now, zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. That's going to help you breathe anywhere but the belly button. Lovely. But into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. Keep breathing into them fish gills, wide and full, organ deep, cell deep, even bone marrow deep, into these lower lobes of lungs. So someone's pushing from inside your ribs and letting go. or someone's wrapped a scarf tightly around your ribs and you're breathing to that scarf wind and fall, or someone's opening an umbrella inside your rib cage and letting go. That lovely lateral flaccid breathing from Pilates, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. So if you sort of blown out a candle through pursed lips, just thinking tiny waist, navel towards the spine. So if you've got a little ripcord beyond your belly button, pulling in towards the spine, that magnet on the spine, pulling the belly button in. Okay, lovely. Now again, we're going to change that. We're going to go slightly down the yogic path here. So what we're going to do is close the mouth now, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And that will naturally lengthen the whole will cycle, okay? Because it's a smaller filter through the nose, that will lengthen the whole will cycle there. Lovely. Now again, you can stick with that breath, or you can go to slightly more advanced yogic breath. Generally in asanas, lengthening the whole will cycle of the breath will help you mount into them postures even easier. But again, if you want, we can add on ujjayi breaths. Again, if it's a little bit advanced, if you can't get it, don't worry. Carry on doing what you're doing now. Zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, breathing in and out through the nose. But otherwise, ujjayi breath, victorious breath in Sanskrit. You breathe in through the nose, and it's like a sign whistling, silky sound from the back of the throat. It's like a... Keep your shoulders down, and it's with the mouth shut. A soft, silky, whistling, raspy sound from the back of the throat. As you grip at the esophagus, it's like a... And exhale. And that's once more will, again, even further lengthen that whole will cycle of the breath, but also give the mind something to focus on. Sort of like that natural focusing breath we do sometimes when you're trying to sort of maybe do a fine motor skill, like threading a needle, banging a nail in something like that. But we're overemphasizing that focusing breath. That gives the mind something to hear and focus on, and brings you into the here and now even more than you already are. Ujjayi breath. Also, that will stimulate the thyroid glands, which helps with weight control, etc. Help us build the heat even more within the body, and also help us fan the fire even more, to burn the fire, to fan the fire, to burn all the toxins in the body. Ujjayi breath, victorious breath, seashore breathing. Lovely. But if you can't get it, don't worry. Carry on as you are. Zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, taking your navel towards the spine, and breathing out through the nose. Okay, and we're going to add this bit on, the hypnotic or hypnotheric breath, like 7-11 breathing. You breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, but we purposely lengthen the out breath longer than the in breath. Okay, so you purposely bring your mind to that out breath, and that will naturally want to happen anyway. The out breath will want to fall longer than the in breath, but we naturally encourage that. We quadruple it, double it, triple it within your limits, not forcing anything, just making it longer than the in breath. You don't have to completely measure it. Just make the out breath slightly longer, or if you can go comfortably longer, a lot longer, that's fine. Quadruple it, double it, triple it the out breath. Just make it longer than the in breath, and allow that simplicity to relax the mind, because the in breath is conscious thought, the out breath is subconscious thought. So by extending the out breath longer than the in breath, we're encouraging sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation, all on that lovely elongated out breath. Lovely. That helps the parasympathetic nervous system, all the things you don't think about: sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation, all being benefited by elongating the out breath longer than the in breath. Just encouraging them restful relaxation responses and endless streams of comfort on that lovely elongated out breath. Lovely. So with that, the motion is quite simple. It's simply opening out the chest. Again, sort of like hands are like seaweed on the bottom seabed to the sides and back. Now again, it's the same motion as the last one. What I meant to say on the last one, you might want to swap from leg to leg, do both sides, which didn't go through, but again, or you know, if you've done that one on this side, take the opposite stance on the other leg. Again, common sense would tell you that. Nature's rule, not mine, to find a balance. So you would balance, you do one leg, then you do another leg forward. Now the motion, I'll go through in a minute, but again, we're coming forward and back, rocking forward and back. You can stay up high, or as I'm going to show in a minute, you can go deeper. Okay, you're going to breathe in through the nose and keep on elongating the out breath for as long as you like, and simply start again when you're ready. Okay. Now again, I'm going to go back and demonstrate that so you can get the legs in. If you want to go deeper, go deeper. Again, remember the foot dorsiflexes or it stays flat, optional to you. Okay, again, we'll do it sideways on. So again, you're coming forward and back. Again, it's the same as scooping the sea motion and pushing the waves. It's, if you want to go deeper, you can dorsiflex the foot or not, or keep the foot flat. If you want to go deeper, then great. We do both legs, by the way, in case I forget before the end, before this runs out. But again, I'm just going more into the breathing. You're elongating the out breath for as long as you like. Open out the chest, all the organs in the chest, and come back down. If you want to go deeper, but only go as deep as you like to relax and let go. Remember, you can dorsiflex that foot as you're coming back, and then flatten the foot down. That'll give you that sciatic floss. Release the hamstrings, the glutes, the buttocks more. And also, it allows you to massage that midsection of the body there. Okay, like a pump or a bellows. With the breath, the motion, the movement. As you get lost in the breath, the motion, the movement, only go as deep as you like. Make sure you do both legs. So I'm going more into the breathing here. But again, if you want to go deep, and then come back. Partially emptying and filling that lead leg, dorsiflexing and flattening the foot. Breathing through the nose and elongate through the out breath as you open out the chest. Like that first yawn in the morning. Breathing in and elongate the out breath longer than the in breath. Simply riding the wave of that lovely elongated out breath. And then simply start again when you're ready. So that was the 13th move of the 18 form Qigong sequence added on to the 8 brocades. And there's a 9 at the end. So that is the 21st motion of the whole 35. Like I say, you can do these together, back to back, or singular. Lovely. The Wild Goose next. Number 14 and 18 form Qigong sequence next. But this was 13. And 21 of the whole 35. Lovely. Bang.